A deaf couple. You shall have no other gods before me. Exodus 23. We were at a department store sorting through men's trousers for my husband. After finding out that the store was having a sale, we decided to go there together. We had a hard time coming to an agreement on the right pair of trousers for him. I didn't like what he liked, and he didn't like what I liked. Slowly, I began to feel irritated. Even after looking around all the stores, he didn't seem to find the ones that pleased him. I wanted to get at least one pair since we were out there anyway. And finally, we found a pair he liked. It was almost dinner time and I was hungry. He tried it on and it fit him perfectly. I carefully suggested to him, "You should get the ones that are 1 inch larger in the waist. It seems like it fits you now, but once we eat, it will be too tight." Widening his eyes, he said, "No, this is perfect. I really like it." I told him no, but he insisted on buying it. That's when a thought flashed through my mind. How many times have you argued with him like you are doing right now? It was God who was whispering to me, as I was about to insist more strongly on not buying those trousers. You know how a man cannot listen to another man. It is better to just go with what he wants, even if the decision turns out to be wrong later and you end up having to alter it. You know he doesn't listen to you. If there's one thing I learned throughout my whole life, it was that man cannot take advice from another man. We live by choosing one of the two thoughts that enter our mind, not by listening to another person's advice or opinion. When I remembered this and decided to give in to my husband's idea, which was completely opposite from mine, I finally came to understand what God meant when he said, "Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends." That was true love, which can even dedicate your life to give up your feelings and thoughts for the other person. I honestly didn't want to, but I decided to follow my husband's decision. We bought the pair of trousers and had it altered to the proper length. I continuously called upon Jesus in my heart all the way home in order to not let my feelings of anger show because he hadn't followed my opinion. He kept glancing at me as I no longer smiled or laughed, but I managed to keep myself from going at him. It didn't take too long until my husband realized that the waist size of the new pair of trousers was too tight for him and he quit wearing them. Looking at the new pair of trousers hanging on the hanger, I felt a strong urge to tell him, "I knew it! I told you a number of times that it was going to be too tight. And look what happened after being so stubborn. Now we have to spend more money for alteration again, just like the last time." If I exploded like this, he wouldn't remain calm either. It was obvious that the argument would cause our relationship to grow colder. As I was struggling to control my feelings, the Lord spoke to me again. "Just take it to the laundry and get it altered. That is a better way. Keep quiet until the end." That's when the battle against myself began. I wanted to disobey the Lord. The God of this world told me to criticize my husband and say, "How many times do we have to go through this? Why are you so stubborn and never listen to me?" But then again, the Lord told me to remain quiet. The two thoughts constantly pressed upon my mind. I knew I had to choose one in order to end the battle and free myself from this trouble. When will I finally be able to have full control over my mind without a struggle? If you want to escape the difficulty, all you need to do is to choose quickly. I didn't wish to extend this distressing situation, for it was such a painful and hard controversy. In the end, I chose to follow the voice of the Lord. The moment I made up my mind, I got up and took the trousers to the laundry. I had the waist enlarged and hung it back on the hanger. I suggested to my husband to wear the pair of trousers as he was getting ready to go out. He said that it was too tight and didn't want to wear it. I had it altered so it should be okay now. He quickly tried on the trousers and liked the fit. Then I wanted to tell him again, see how you should have listened to me in the first place. However, the Lord told me to keep quiet. Again, I called upon Jesus to help me refrain from criticizing him. I barely managed to keep my mouth closed until he left the house. Shortly after walking out with a contented smile, he sent me a text message. Honey, thank you. I know the struggle and battle you must have gone through. I love you. Tears welled up in my eyes. The fact that he felt the trouble in my mind touched me. I could also feel the feeling of having to walk on eggshells around me as I was struggling to restrain myself. I realized that he must have gone through difficulties as well to put up with me, as I too am a human being who doesn't like listening to another human being. Man creates the path of his life by choosing one of two thoughts that enter his mind. That means man does not listen to another man. They hear the voices of the two gods and choose the one they want to follow. The Lord has said, "You shall have no other gods before me." Exodus 23. I could now understand a little of what he meant.